Warning, the following is entirely satirical and should not be taken as truth or fact. Styles Rebel Radio and the Rebel Podcast do not own any copyrighted material that may be included in this broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Because you can eat it. You can eat glue.
Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
Yeah,
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. We're saving the underground music scene. I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. That is Jules on the board.
Hello.
216-859-8699 is the number to text in. That's 216-859-8699. And if you want to text or call during the show, of course, live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern right here on WSRR Radio. Or if you're listening in podcast form, the Rebel Hotline stays open 24/7, 365, and works for all of our shows. That includes Off Air and The Pigeonhole and Beyond Bounds. And hell, we'll even forward it on for the Sports Avenue podcast if you're listening to all 50 episodes at WSRRradio.com. There's a lot of R's in all of these sentences.
You did it.
Shut up. There's also a lot of headphones that keep going. It's only mine every week that go out, but it's fine. $400 fucking headphones. Google AI has been dropping the ball severely.
Well, I mean, did we expect it to do well?
So, okay, like ChatGPT and all these other AIs pull from everything on the internet, but I would assume they have a decent filter put in place, because at least, like, who makes ChatGPT? OpenAI?
Yeah.
Because OpenAI at least goes in from what we know and tries to filter out what does and what doesn't get past it and what it can and can't do in terms of giving you information. Google doesn't look like it does that. So, I mean, I guess it works the same as Google does, because if you really want to look through the first 2 pages of Google, I'm sure it'll pull up Reddit answers. But it seems like Reddit answers are a lot of what the recommended first result is on Google.
Yeah, I've noticed that Reddit has become like one of the first things that pops up when you're asking Google how to something or what are the ingredients of this.
Yeah, so case in point, this lady asked Google how to make the cheese stick to her pizza better, and Google AI said to use glue. So the lady made a pizza with glue in it, and she like documented the whole thing. She asked if she then researched if you could eat the glue because it's supposed to be non-toxic,
Well, yeah,
like Elmer's glue, right?
It looked like she used like school glue.
Yeah,
like
it's just Elmer's glue.
Yeah.
And
She used
then
1/8 of a cup.
that's a lot of glue.
That's too much glue to consume.
How much glue on pizza is too much glue?
We'll have to ask the FDA.
I don't think the FDA knows.
I think they have.
If it's
They
not,
have like a limit on how many bugs can be
well,
in food.
kids eat glue.
Yeah, so it has to have an FDA rating, right?
No, I'm
That's why
saying
it's
like kids eat
non-toxic.
glue, so it's like it's fine to eat.
Yeah.
If as long as it's not toxic, there's no problem eating it. You could eat a whole bottle, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It'd be tough. Did you eat glue as a kid?
I did not,
I
but I,
doubt it.
sniffed the purple glue sticks.
So you're a drug addict.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I never ate glue. That seemed like a weird thing to do. Because like I don't understand why kids ate glue either.
It doesn't have an appealing texture.
Well, it
doesn't
has
have
no
an appealing-
smell. It smells like chemical.
Yeah.
But like if kids can eat Elmer's glue, it's non-toxic. So why can't you cook with it?
Because it's not a cooking ingredient.
I mean, I don't expect it to taste good, but you could use it to cook.
Don't understand the thought process, though, because it's not hardening in the oven, is it? Is it just getting gooier?
Well, it's gonna dry at some point.
Do you have to set your pizza out to dry?
Well, the heat would make it dry, right?
I thought the heat would make it melt.
We use a hairdryer to dry your hair.
Yeah, but like
You could use a hairdryer to dry
gun
glue.
melts the glue.
Well, the glue's already melted. You're not going from solid to liquid. You're going from liquid to solid.
But in the oven, wouldn't it stay liquid?
The whole pizza's liquid in the oven, except for the crust.
I don't know.
Your cheese melts in the oven, and that's liquid, and then you're supposed to let it cool. You don't take it right out of the oven and eat it, and you just got soup. and then it's tequila at that point because it's just soup. But you can't like take the pizza directly out of the oven and eat it anyway because it's all molten liquid at that point. The sauce, the cheese, all of it is. So it doesn't
Fair.
matter if there's glue on it or not. So in the time it takes your pizza to cool, your glue hardens on the pizza.
And then your cheese sticks better.
Regardless, she made the fucking pizza with glue in it. She added glue to the sauce.
And then she ate it.
I'll give you the exact fucking quote from the Google AI, by the way. Cheese can slide off pizza for a number of reasons, including too much sauce, too much cheese, or a thickened sauce. Here are some things you could try. You can also add about 1/8 a cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce to give it more tackiness.
That's
That
crazy.
is what that is what AI, Google AI, said to do to get the cheese to stick better on the pizza. So this lady went ahead and bought non-toxic glue, and she made herself an entire pizza and put 1/8 a cup of glue in it. And said that at the end of the day, it didn't taste very good. But she doesn't know if that's the ingredients she bought or the glue. However, the cheese did not fall off. There's also a finished product to this pizza, and it kind of looks like she burnt the shit out of it.
Yeah, she definitely burned it.
But it doesn't look appealing at all. And
I can't get behind this. Why?
It's
Obviously, Google gave her a couple of different options. Why was this the one that she chose to do?
because she wanted to test the theory.
But like,
Because
that's
in theory it
wasting
should work
food.
though. Because you can eat it. You can eat glue.
I don't like it. I
You
don't like
can
it.
eat. They make edible Play-Doh now, don't they?
I think so. Yeah.
Glue is edible by design as long as it's non-toxic. Anything that's non-toxic. We have red dye. Was it red dye 30? It's called in everything,
I think
and that's
so.
like banned in every other country. So like, I would bet that eating glue is probably safer than eating Skittles. That's probably right.
I don't know enough to argue that.
I think eating glue is probably safer than eating Skittles. 216-859-8699. People are allergic to red dye 40?
I think it's 40.
People are, I mean, there's a bunch of them. People are allergic to red dye in food. I have never met anyone allergic to glue. There
Yeah,
probably is
I
because it's
guess.
polyvinyl acetate. But there's probably people allergic to glue. But fuck you if you're allergic to glue, then don't put it in your pizza. You probably have a gluten allergy too, bitch. 216-859-8699 if you want to text in.
Whoever's allergic to the glue, are you gonna have to start labeling that your pizza's made with glue?
I wonder, like, okay, so fast food commercials, when they make like the videos of people biting into the burger and shit,
Yeah.
that's all done with glue and nails and tacks and stuff.
Like oil and.
And they give you a specific area to bite. Like, so if it's a commercial showing a burger, they usually have like stakes in the burger and glue and staples and all this stuff to make it look nice. And they have like a specific designated bite area that you have to bite out of, or else you're gonna get a mouthful of staples. That being said, I wonder how many places like want their food to look nicer and use a little bit of glue.
I mean,
I don't think it's unheard of. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world either.
I think we need to check with the FDA.
It makes me want to try it. I'm not going to lie. I know it's going to be bad, but I want to know how bad. Like, is it going to taste like glue?
You want to try glue
A
pizza?
little bit? I want to know if it's going to taste more like pizza or more like glue, because this lady said that it didn't taste great, but she also bought very cheap ingredients.
So buy really good pizza ingredients.
Right. Like,
Do you buy really good glue?
you have to buy non-toxic glue. It's
no,
never
I mean
good
like
glue.
the good brand.
Wait, like
non-toxic glue.
blueberry? No. You buy fucking Elmer's glue. We're not sponsored by Elmer's, but we'd like to be. I don't think we will be after the segment. But Elmer's, 216-859-8699. Elmer, if you want to text in. That's also a name people aren't named anymore. I
Yeah.
think the glue kind of ruined that. But no, I mean, I'd eat it. I'd try it.
Okay.
I'd try it.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Are you going to make glue pizza?
I could.
I'll try it. No, because I don't trust you to measure the amount of glue. You'd put like half a quart of
No.
glue in there.
I'm going to put 1/8 of a cup of glue.
I don't know if you know how to measure 1/8 of a cup.
I'm pretty sure we have measuring cups.
I don't think you know how to measure 1/8. But that's not a lot, probably, right? For like a full, it's a decent sized pizza. It's like a
There-
normal small pizza.
There's a picture of how much glue she put in there.
Yeah, it's 1/8 of a cup. But it's like a normal small sized pizza. Like it's a little bigger than a personal pan pizza.
Did
So
she
like an
mix it-
eighth of glue, and that's not a terrible amount.
She mixed it with the sauce, right? So she
Yeah. It's like it goes crust,
crust.
sauce, glue.
Okay.
You know how you make a pizza.
Crust sauce, put the glue in the sauce, then the cheese on top.
Well, the glue was like mixed in with this. It was like sauce, glue, and then like spread around the diameter of the pizza, and then
Oh.
cheese. And I don't know if she put anything else in. I think it was just cheese.
I don't know if I would feel like I was cooking or making like an art project.
I feel like the cheese is where it gets thrown off. Like cheese and glue is where I feel like that's not a good combo.
Yeah, I'm just not.
Like if you hid glue in the sauce, I don't know if I'd be able to tell. But like the glue and the cheese, in my mind, it feels like there's gonna be a reaction there.
You know when you used to put like the Elmer's glue on your hand and like rub it and make it a
Nope.
really thin layer and peel it
No.
off?
Mm-mm.
That's all I can
No,
think of.
so when I used glue, it was to glue things together.
Okay, well,
That's what I used glue
us
for.
normal people put it on our hands.
No.
Made a really thin layer and then like peeled it off in little flakes.
I mean,
And like that's all I can think of is those crunchy little flakes, and I don't want my pizza to taste like glue.
it's mixed with the sauce. It's not just glue. If it was like crust glue, you'd have that issue. Which also, again, I'd like to point out, you could still probably eat because it's non-toxic.
But it's not.
Non-toxic means edible.
But non-toxic does not mean delicious.
No, but you could spice it up. Like cottage cheese by itself isn't good, but like you put some pepper in there, maybe some green onion. I'll eat that.
Some glue.
No, you take like some glue and put some like green onion in it. Maybe. We don't know yet. We haven't tried it.
Please
There's
don't
so many.
go
There's so
chopping up
much
green
potential. I'm just saying. It's a dumb idea to put glue from the AI. However, it's not the worst thing you could do. It's edible. It's not like it said cyanide. It didn't say super glue.
I guess.
It's Elmer's non-toxic. Kids eat it.
if it said like Gorilla Glue.
It could say fucking make crust out of Play-Doh and put glue on it, and it's still edible. You're not gonna die from it. In fact, in today's day and age, people are probably more likely to bitch about a normal pizza because it's got gluten in it than if you were to eat fucking Play-Doh and glue. If I told you I had Play-Doh and glue and it's a pizza and it didn't have gluten in it, people would pick it over a normal pizza. I would bet money. I would bet fucking money if my gluten-free pizza was just Play-Doh and glue and cheese. And I'm like, that's the gluten-free one. I guarantee you there'd be people that pick that over normal pizza.
For the meme.
Not for the meme, because people are fucking freaks about gluten-free shit. You have a little bellyache? Everyone has a little bellyache when they eat pizza. It's gross. It's gross, greasy food. It's not gluten. Grow up. Eat bread. Fucking glue Play-Doh eating ass. Anyway, Google AI has been saying a bunch of stupid shit. I know I ranted for a long time about eating glue. But Google AI is completely fucking broken because it is pulling mainly from Reddit for some reason. And like,
Is it because of the E SEO?
maybe, but so maybe it's not mainly from Reddit. But like more than it should probably. Like there's a good chunk of things that I've seen. There's people asking Google if Ren and Stimpy are in the Bible, and it has like a quote from some random dude's blog that says Ren and Stimpy were the children of Adam and Eve.
That's awesome.
There's a bunch of stupid like Google AI answers that I've seen. And the glue in the pizza is only one of them. Like it's a bad model. It's broken. It's broken. We've spent all this time building up to Google AI, and this is what we're getting out of it because it's just pulling from Reddit. Someone said Google AI told them they should eat at least one small rock a day.
What?
This one says running with scissors has health benefits because it's described as a cardio exercise that can increase your heart rate and requires concentration and focus. It's not wrong.
I guess, but dangerous.
Uh,
Is there a danger warning?
I don't know, probably not. According to an overview in 2018, a dog named Pospisil was drafted in the 4th round pick and went on to play 63 games for the Calgary Flames, scoring 8 goals. He spent the 23 and 24 season with the Flames. The article Google drew from this response. NHL to host the first Stanley Pup rescue dog competition. They say Batman's a cop. They say glue helps cheese stick to pizza. Use gasoline to cook spaghetti was a great one. Someone asked if using a gas stove to cook spaghetti will help it cook faster, and it said no, you cannot use gasoline to help cook spaghetti faster. However, you can use gasoline to make a spicy spaghetti recipe.
That's horrible.
See, now that's a bad answer.
Yeah.
You can't put gasoline in spaghetti.
It's
You
reminding
can put
me,
glue in pizza.
It's reminding me of literally like every My Strange Addiction episode. Like the guy who ate rocks, or there was some lady that ate glue.
There's a
somebody
guy who drank gasoline. Yeah.
Like
Okay,
it's,
well, those people survived.
but they all went to the doctor on that show.
Did
and
they?
Yeah, that was like a part of the show. They
I don't
took
fucking
them to the
remember that show.
doctor.
But they all survived.
I guess.
Like, a little bit of gasoline's not going to hurt you. I'd probably eat the glue pizza before the drinking gasoline spaghetti. 216-859-8699. Let me know if you use glue in your pizza recipe.
Hey everyone, this is a Shaney promo. This is Shaney's new promo for off air. I talk about things and you listen, and then more of it happens. Sometimes we talk about things that you like. Sometimes we talk about other things, and that's okay. Just continue to listen, and it will be fun. You'll have a good time. You'll be like, I'm really glad I listened to off air on stylesreborradio.com. It's very worth my while. It's very worthwhile. It's very worth my time. Yeah.
Hey, been a while since you've heard from me. This is Jeff Stritch, and you can catch me on my new show, Strictly Stritch, on stylesrebelradio.com or anywhere you get podcasts. Hey, that's right. New name, new podcast, new attitude. Listen, it'll be good.
The Artificial Intelligence Podcast is the only show written, voiced, and scored entirely by AI. All episodes are available now on stylesrebelradio.com.
Lose all your money trading Asian beads on the black market? stylesrebelradio.com.
Of all the things we've talked about stealing on the show, apart from the bridge, Legos probably makes the most sense.
Honestly, I would steal Legos.
Because, like, they're fucking expensive. I'd steal Legos even if it weren't, like, reselling them. I'd steal them because they're expensive.
They're way too expensive. Even, like, the cheapest botanical one right now is the bonsai tree for, like, $40. And that's still up there, but that's the cheapest one they have.
Were Legos always this expensive, though?
I don't remember them being this expensive, but were they always this extreme?
What do you mean?
Like, has there always been, like, so many in-depth, like, Lego sets?
Yeah, I mean, I had the Slave 1 from Star Wars. I had a Star Destroyer as a kid.
And
Those
how
are
many
pretty-
pieces were those?
I don't know, 1,000-something.
Hmm.
They were pretty big sets. So I think Lego's been pretty large for a while in terms of, like, pieces.
Interesting.
I just don't know if they've always been this expensive. But a man who is 71 was arrested in Los Angeles for having almost 3,000 boxes of stolen Legos in his house.
He was probably just living off of that. I feel like he was reselling them. Because there's pictures, and it's just, like, storage of multiple of the same sets.
Yeah, so the individual boxes have a retail value ranging from $20 to well over $1,000, police say. Detectives started investigating the case after a retailer in San Pedro identified the man as a suspect who had allegedly robbed them several times last December. This guy's going to
71.
one place. You're getting robbed by a 71-year-old man multiple times. That's a you problem. If you can get robbed by a 71, and like these aren't little sets. He has like an R2D2 model, several of them. He has several R2D2, like pretty big fucking boxes, and this dude's robbing you several times over the course of months.
It looks like he has multiple rooms. I mean, it was how many boxes? 3,000?
3,000, just shy of 3,000. Yeah.
He has multiple rooms full of these huge boxes. How does he steal from one place that many times? How do they not pick it up on their security?
Yeah, how do you not see a 71-year-old man taking multiple boxes of Legos? There's an X-Wing there. He's got some of the botanical sets, a bunch of Star Wars sets. Like, they're big fucking sets. Several months later, on June 4th, officers witnessed him stealing items from retailers in Torrance and Lakewood before dropping them off at his home. Detectives believe that he would sell the stolen goods online since several potential buyers showed up to his home while officers raided it.
That's hilarious.
So he was selling them. He wasn't even like on eBay doing it. He was like black market selling Legos. This got to be like Facebook Marketplace,
Has
right?
to be. Like,
So it's two guys. It's two guys. They booked the one guy on organized retail theft. So one guy would steal them, one guy would sell them. He booked the one guy on organized retail theft, and the other was booked for grand theft.
they have a picture with all of the Lego sets in front of the front desk at the police station, and it is abundant.
I mean, there's Millennium Falcons there. There's
Look at those big boxes.
that's a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying. How do you get away with that?
There's big yellow Lego like tubs.
If I'm in the neighborhood and I know that this store has been stolen from multiple times, and I
You
see this
going
story, yeah, I'm going there because what are they gonna do? I'm gonna start stealing from this. If a 71-year-old man can steal giant model Lego sets, I can take like a candy bar and no one will notice. I
That's
could walk
fair.
in there every day and take like a candy bar and an energy drink and no one would notice.
And like an army guy.
I don't need an army guy. I need a candy bar and an energy drink. Like, no one would. I could probably fucking walk out of the cart full of shit and just tell him I paid for it. A 71-year-old man over multiple months was taking Legos from this place.
bunch
Sets
of
at a
people.
time.
A bunch of people have stolen Lego sets just put together at their house.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder how much he was selling, though. Like, how much of a discount they were getting online for these things.
They had to have had like a significant discount because the payoff was 100%. They were stealing them.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what you sell them for at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And people, like, the demand for Lego is extreme. So people are going to pay that price, whatever you put it at, as long as it's less than what the actual retailer is selling them for.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they could sell them for $20 a pop regardless, and they'd make their money. Do you think the police are going to try and track down the Lego sets?
I mean, I don't think so.
It's stolen
I
property.
feel like if there is
Can you
a
imagine
log
that?
on the computer, like saying who they sold it to, when, all this, and like they could track down each individual buyer, then that would be easier. But if it's just like gone in the wind, then why try?
Well, I mean, again, I'm assuming it's like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or something. So, like, there's got to be that exchange of like, hey, I'd like to buy this Lego set for this amount of money. He's selling them out of his house. People were at the house buying Legos, and the guy got raided. Like, you think those people fucking faced any, like, backlash?
They probably didn't get their money back.
Well, I would assume the cops would show up, and these people are there to buy Legos. And the cops are asking him, you don't think it's a little suspicious this guy has a warehouse of Lego boxes he's selling super cheap? I feel like the people buying might have gotten some trouble, too.
No, because
They're purchasing stolen goods. We did a story about a guy who stole a fucking display of chips at the gas station and ran out the door with it.
But
Some guy who found a bag on the ground got in trouble.
Well, he picked up the bag off the ground in front of the convenience store. The buyers of these Lego sets are unaware that they were previously stolen.
I would definitely feel much more sketch driving to some dude's house to buy a Lego set for $20 and seeing he has a warehouse full of them behind him. I think that would be a lot more sketchy to me than going to the gas station and seeing like a full bag of Sun Chips on the ground and picking it up.
Dude's just into his hobby. Like,
He's not though. He's selling all of them and they're unopened.
that's
and
what
they're
I
new.
would think. I would think this dude.
I would think this guy stole them.
There's people who do that
It's-
with the sneakers. They'll buy and sell sneakers just all the time.
I mean, I guess, but it's not like warehouses of sneakers.
Some
They'll
of them
buy
do.
like a couple pairs and turn them over and invest more into it.
I don't know, man.
I've never been to anyone's house to buy anything where it's like, yeah, I want to buy a pair of shoes, and I open this guy's garage and it's just wall to wall boxes of shoes. I'm not.
Set up like a
He's not
store.
Nike. Yeah. Like, that's not how this works. This guy had more than one room full of multiple Lego sets that were unopened that he was selling super cheap. If this were 30 years ago, these would be VCRs, and this guy would be, like, in federal prison because he was stealing stolen VCRs.
He probably
It's just 2024, and we do that with Legos now because that's where we've gone as a society. We don't steal VCRs and TVs anymore and sell them scratch serial numbers. We take Legos.
What I want to know is, do all of the packages that he got fit into like one semi-truck? Is this one shipment of Lego?
Definitely not.
No?
Well, they did it over several months. I'm sure they just, like, grabbed 3 or 4 boxes at a time and threw them in his fucking sedan.
That's wild.
It's not like he moved them all at once. You'd think he'd do a better job hiding them, though.
Well, I mean, they're kind of big. Where would he put them?
Well, like, get a storage locker or something. Don't just keep them in your house.
I wonder if
He was putting a lot of stock into not getting caught by this.
they could also have had a storage locker. I wonder if the police looked into that. Maybe it overflowed and then they had to figure it out inside the home.
Like, I don't understand why it took this long to get this guy caught.
Yeah, if the store owner knew that this was the person.
Well, the store owner...
Saw him do it in December.
Yeah, but he had months prior to him knowing that Legos were missing, and this guy keeps showing up in your store. Do you not have security cameras?
I mean, he probably does. That's probably why they were able to actually book him on
So why
Grand
couldn't they get
Theft.
him before?
They didn't know where he lived, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like the police should be able to do that pretty easy. Like,
I
that's
don't
a pretty
know.
easy
I'm not
solution.
an investigator.
I'm not either, and I feel like there's a pretty easy solution to fucking find this guy before he has 3,000 boxes of Legos. He probably could have caught him on the first or maybe the second time. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to look at security footage and go, oh yeah, that guy's walking out with 5 boxes of Legos he didn't pay for.
Do you think the Legos are given back to Lego?
Not to Lego.
Or to the store?
They're probably all seized.
They're
all evidence, yeah.
Now all the officers get fun little Christmas presents.
Well, I don't know how long people they seize belongings for, but I'm sure eventually at some point the store will have a chance to take them back.
I hope so, because that's like a lot of merchandise.
Are they pre-owned at that point? Can you not sell them as new Legos? Because if this was anything else, it'd be a bigger deal. Like if the guy stole a car and then the car got returned a year later, you wouldn't be able to sell that as a new car.
Yeah.
Like the guy stole a car. If it's a VCR, if it's a TV, you wouldn't be able to sell it as a new TV anymore because someone had this and had taken it and it was in someone's house. If it was anything else, I feel like you can't go back and sell as if nothing happened.
But are they sealed? It looks like a lot of them are in like boxes and kind of put all together. Like he didn't even open them.
I will say, I feel like, and I could be wrong about this, but this is my memory. I worked somewhere once where we'd get returns, and it would be a return not because the product was defective or anything, but because it was like the wrong product. So like, pair of headphones, right? Someone buys a pair of headphones and it's not compatible with what they thought it was, so they returned it. And the box is already open because they took out the headphones and tried them on. But like, it could have been like an $80 pair of headphones, and now it's returned. So as long as the box is there and nothing's damaged on them, we just seal it back up and put the sticker back on. Act like nothing happened.
I mean,
That's a situation I've experienced, and we sold them as new.
yeah, if they were only tried on and like plugged in once.
But at the same
Figured out
time,
they
if I was
didn't
the
work.
customer, I'd be livid.
opening up an unsealed pack.
Yeah, yeah.
That you bought at a brand new price.
Yeah, if I open it up and I'm like, the cords are all fucked up inside and it's like not nicely wound and all of that, I'd know that something was tampered with.
That's fair. So they need to be at least a little discounted.
Because like you'd think, at the very least, these boxes probably got some dents and dings from being transported
Yeah.
quickly.
Being stolen.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta move pretty quickly. Maybe you don't. The store owner didn't fucking notice anything was gone until months later.
71.
216-859-8699. Let me know if you got a good price on Legos.
Everybody, this is the Pidge, and I'm here to tell you that I hate everything that you send me, but I love it at the same time because holy shit. That's all I gotta say to that. If you guys don't know me, I'm the Pidge, and I'm one of the members of the Styles Rebel Radio page. You probably won't hear me as much on the Rebel podcast because I'm away in Arizona, but every month I come out with the show. Submit your stuff into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page under the Pigeonhole section, and it will be featured on the next show. Unless there's racial slurs. See ya.
Styles Rebel Radio. Read the sign. 15 for dudes. Girls get in free past 7.
Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene. We're nationally local. Your local bands played worldwide. And if there's a band that's local or independent that you think deserves to be on the air, 216-859-8699 is the number to call or text. Again, that's 216-859-8699. And if you're a little cold on this Monday evening, it's a little chilly out in the CLE, you can always go to stylesrebelradio.com or WSRRradio.com and check out the merch page and pick yourself up a hoodie like this one that I'm wearing right now. It's beige and it says Make the Switch and it's got the cool retro logo on it.
Is it toasty?
It's very warm and toasty and it's thick too. But there's a whole bunch of other ones you can get. There's ones that say WSRR Radio and a whole bunch of stuff. I don't remember what the other ones say. There's like 900 things on there now. I was going to say Grandma's Nut, but we haven't had that one in a long time.
Oh, yeah, it's been a minute.
But maybe if you want it back, we can have it. 216-859-8699. There's a Pabst Blue Ribbon knockoff one on there. Legally, it's not Pabst Blue Ribbon. Allegedly. There's that. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff on there. Go check it out. StylesRebelRadio.com or WSRRradio.com. You can even wear it to Chipotle, and you can film yourself, and you can put it in the Discord server as well. Because people are going to Chipotle and filming themselves now. That's the new trend.
Which I have not seen, but apparently it's super trendy, and all the trendy kids are doing it.
So here's the interesting part about radio. We talked about this on off-air, but we haven't yet. It's not out yet. Probably won't be out for like 2 months. So by the time that off-air comes out, we have already covered this year. But it's apparently a new trend of people going to Chipotle and filming themselves ordering their bowls or their burritos. And if they don't get the portion that they expect, they're just walking out halfway through the process.
I agree. I mean, I've noticed recently that literally the last time I went to Chipotle, they put 3 little shreds of lettuce on there, and I was like, can I get a little bit more lettuce? Like,
yeah, no, it's a trend I completely agree with.
Yeah.
We should definitely be walking out. But it also came out that, like, I guess now it's a rule internally that if you're the Chipotle worker and you see someone filming, you're supposed to give a bigger portion size because they don't want the bad press. Like, that's this whole thing now, too. So now people are filming just because the rumor is that you can get a bigger portion size if you're filming it because they don't want, the bad reputation of small portion sizes.
I mean, I can completely see that. It makes sense, but it's stupid that you have to record to get the portion sizes that you should be getting in the first place. Why don't they just make it an internal rule to not give little ass portion sizes?
There's a lot of different areas that I don't understand about the whole Chipotle portion size thing because if I'm the worker there, why do I care?
Yeah.
Like, why do they always do. They're always so stuck up about it. They'll give you the smallest portion and then they'll charge you double if you want more. Like, I don't care. You're not making commission per scoop. Just fucking load the bowl up, dude. It's not costing you anything. You're making the same amount no matter how much food you give me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the fucking pride that Chipotle workers have for some reason.
They don't want that food loss.
But why? You're telling me at the end of the night they don't throw their food away anyway?
Some don't. They could have carryover.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who's getting Chipotle early in the morning?
I don't
Exactly.
know.
So, like, it feels like they've got to be throwing their food out at the end of the night anyway.
I'd be willing to bet that some of them keep something.
Well, I mean, like, lettuce, sure. But, like, steak, chicken, they're not keeping that overnight. Because no one's going there at 10 a.m. They're going to have, what, 3 customers from 10 a.m. to
like,
well, what time do they open? Like 8?
Yeah, I think
From
so.
8 to 10, they'll have, like, 3 customers? You're telling me they're going to keep the rollover chicken from last night's?
Well, I don't know. They could keep it and then, like, just mix it in with the new batch in the morning.
But they're going to make more anyway. I am very much of the opinion they're going to throw their food away at the end of the night like every other restaurant does everywhere else.
Taco Bell doesn't.
That's gross. But Taco Bell you expect that from because it's all fucking frozen prepaid shit anyway.
Yeah.
It's all just in a bag and they put it in a heater. That's all it is. Like, at least you can see the people on the grill in Chipotle.
That's
It might
fair.
not be the highest quality food, but they do cook it.
It all tastes the same, though. I don't
Chipotle?
personally... Yeah. I feel like everything you get there is basically the same flavor.
I only ever get one thing there, so I don't know.
Well, I've gotten, like, the burrito, I've gotten the bowl, I've gotten...
Because you're putting the same thing in a different medium, that's why.
No, I've switched it up a couple of times, but I found what I liked the most, and I honestly don't like Chipotle the most, so I don't try to go there that often.
Well, again, Chipotle is always in the news for being dirty, and that's all I can ever think about is, like, there's always some kind of outbreak, and it's somehow directly correlated to Chipotle every other month.
Yeah.
So I always just assume Chipotle with being dirty. That's
Like-
always, like, the 1-to-1 in my mind.
I always remember the E. coli, the lettuce, and...
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They had an Ebola outbreak at one point, and
Yeah.
Chipotle was related to it somehow, like their beef or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But, like, I don't understand the pride the fucking workers at Chipotle have. Like, dude, you're making what, $13 an hour to scoop food into a bowl? Just give me an accurate portion size. I don't understand.
And, like, the first little rice scoop is, like, 3 grains of rice, and they're like, all right, moving on.
That's the reason you got to get half and half. You got to get a half and half because you actually get a full scoop of each. And so, like, by the time you have half and half, you have one full thing of rice rather than, like, 3 little grains of rice. And that's the thing, too, is as much as they should give me a full portion size without me having to ask.
Or walk out or record.
Well, yeah, no, and again, I think that's a good way to go about it, but we also shouldn't be afraid to ask for more at Chipotle. And I don't know if it's the stigma of being afraid that they're going to charge you or what it is, but, like, no one has that issue at Subway.
Yeah.
No one has ever been like, "Oh, I trust the Subway process. I'm not going to ask for more lettuce on my sub." That's never I've seen people go to Subway and, like, stand there and ask for 3 times the amount of cheese.
Yeah. Or cucumbers.
Yeah, that's not a thing that happens at Subway, but it's a thing that happens at Chipotle where people are afraid to ask for more. Like, no one ever walks out of Subway like, "Oh man, I didn't get enough spinach on my sandwich." No, because you ask for more and they put it on there, and you don't care and the worker doesn't care. Is it just a lower standard?
Maybe.
But what's the difference? Other than the fact I'm paying $19 for Chipotle now for some reason, what's the difference? Also, I was going to bring this in. Subway is 6 inches for $6 as their new slogan. That's such a fucking downgrade from $5 foot long. You went from $5 for 12 inches to 6 inches for $6.
Yeah, that's...
Starting to think Jared Fogle wasn't the only thing wrong with Subway. Anyway, but you don't have the fear factor at Subway of walking in and not getting what you wanted. Like, at least I know I'm not a big Subway fan, but at least I know if I go to Subway, I'm going to get the portion that I would like, that I'm paying for.
Yeah. And
I don't know that at Chipotle. I
Even-
could, but I'm probably not.
No matter what you do at Subway, no matter how much you load on your sandwich, they're gonna get it closed.
Well, there was the meme from like a year or two ago of people just asking them to toast it over and over
Yeah,
again, and they
And
did
they
it.
did.
I never saw any time where they were like, no, we're not going to do it. Like, until it was burnt to a crisp. Subway doesn't care. And that's what it should be. Like, your job is to make a sandwich for somebody.
Yeah.
How more baseline could it get? Why would you care how much they want? You have one job, and it's make a sandwich for someone. You have one job, it's put meat and taco stuff in a bowl for someone. Why do you care how much of a scoop I'm getting?
I think it all comes down to food waste, and they really care about.
I don't. I really don't. Because I'd be willing to bet they throw it away at the end of the night.
So then, what do you think it is?
I don't know. That's what I'm confused about. I don't know why they have. Because they always get pissy when you ask for more, too. Like, have you ever been like, okay, no, that's definitely 3 pieces of steak. I need more than 3 pieces of steak for this $13 bowl I'm paying for. Can I have more steak? And then they get an attitude. Like, is that enough? And they add 2 more pieces. Like, it's the lunch lady.
Yeah, I do get lunch lady vibes. There was I always have an issue with, I get guacamole, and they put like the smallest first little dollop, and then I ask for more, and then they get like the biggest scoop they could ever think of and plop it on there, and now it's just guacamole.
Yeah, because they can't do it
Disaster.
like a normal human being for some reason the first time.
Yeah, it's either way too small or way too much.
Yeah. And again, it's the.
They
I
need
think that's
to-
my new analogy is the lunch lady.
They
'Cause,
need to
like,
go
they
to
had a-
school.
Well, like Chipotle or the lunch lady had like a set number of things for each meal.
Yeah.
So like if you're getting it was like 5 mini corn dogs you can get, right? So you'd watch the lunch lady take the mini corn dogs out and like shake them off so 5 came out onto the plate, and if there were 6, she'd take 1 back. Like that's the vibe I get from Chipotle. Of like, for some reason, you're counting the amount of pieces of steak that fall off this spoon. That's not your job. You're not the lunch lady.
She's got to. They have to make sure we get the proper amount of nutrients in each item.
It's terrible. I fucking like I don't, and this is why I'm okay with the whole walkout of Chipotle thing, because like if that's how they're gonna act, and I don't care, you could say, well, it's not everyone that works. It's most people. Most
Yeah.
Chipotles I've been to, someone has an attitude for some reason that I don't know. I'm just here for lunch. I don't need your weird Chipotle hierarchy. All right. So they've lost the privilege of me caring if I walk out halfway through a bowl.
That's fair. I mean, they're just gonna throw it away.
Food waste, right?
Yeah.
If they're so concerned about food waste, I'm going to make it an issue.
Yeah.
If you're right and it's a food waste thing, I'm going to make there be a food waste issue. But again, you shouldn't be afraid to fucking say, hey, that's not a portion.
Yeah. I mean, if they, you can see them make the bowl. If you make it a deal and you say like, hey, that was a really small portion, I don't think that was correct, they might just give you the correct portion and not charge you.
But again, they probably will charge you. That's the issue.
Then yell at the cashier.
Then you walk out.
Yeah. I mean, you can get a
You-
manager
but you
over
need to
there. Like you can fight it if you if you make sure that you're watching.
Down with Big Chipotle.
Yeah.
Fight the system.
Fight Chipotle.
Fight the man that works at Chipotle. Okay, so there's 2 ways to go about this. Either you just walk out because you don't want to fight, or you get the portions that you're expecting and then stay to the end of the fight when they try and charge you double for shit.
Yeah.
Because again, I think, and that's the only rationalization I have of Chipotle versus Subway's, you know you're not going to get charged extra for anything at Subway ever.
Yeah.
Like, I could put 17 sauces on there and have it completely empty the bottle on each of them and be like, all right, $13 for your sub because 6 inches for $6, folks. So like that's, and tax. So like I think that's the stigma, is they're afraid of getting charged extra. And like, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to tell them that they're doing a bad job and you want the food you paid for.
Yeah.
But I think we do. I verified the other day because my cousin worked at Chipotle and we talked about this on when we recorded off air. And I called him while we were on air, off air. And I called them and I asked them if there's a set portion size that you're taught, like while you're training to work the line there, that you're supposed to give. And so there's a spoonful and there's a heaping spoonful. They have 2 different amounts. So like if you're getting if I go up there and I want extra steak, right? And I tell them that right off the bat, a heaping spoonful, quote unquote, is a spoon, like the serving spoon, that just has like pieces over the edge of it and stuff like that. That's a heaping spoon. But your spoonful is if it's all still contained within the spoon. That's your normal amount.
That
So not a spoonful.
is not very descript. I don't
No,
like
it's
that.
not. Yeah.
They need like a big spoon and a little spoon.
No, they need to just fucking give me the food I paid for.
Heaping spoonful. I hate that.
It's my problem with pulp when they don't give me the full smoothie and there's still room in my cup. Like, you're making the smoothie because I ordered it. I'm the only person that's getting this kind of smoothie right now, and I ordered it and I watched you make it for my order. Just give me the rest of it. I see the rest of it there. There's still room in my cup. Can I have the rest of the smoothie I paid for?
You don't care if it's overflowing?
It's not half the time, though. Like, very rarely when I go to pulp is the smoothie actually at the brim of the cup. There's usually room, and there's usually more smoothie in the blender. Just fill it. Why do you have to skimp me? I already paid for that. That's also mine. When I go to a restaurant and get a milkshake, which I'm known to do, they bring you out the metal shaker that has the rest of the milkshake in it because I paid for it. And what good does it do them to keep that fucking eighth of a cup of milkshake? It doesn't.
Do that with margaritas too. They'll
Exactly.
bring you the shaker.
But like, why can't Pulp do that? Why can't Chipotle do that?
Just Chipotle brings you your food and also the tin of rice because it was left over.
Just fill it normally. Just fill the fucking bowl with rice. Like, why do I have to teach you what a portion size is?
Because they weren't taught what a portion size is. They were taught heaping spoonful and spoonful.
You should, by the time you're old enough to get a job, you should know what a portion size is. You should know that, like, hey, if I'm paying, it's like $15 for a bowl of Chipotle now. If I'm paying $15, I want rice in the bottom of the bowl when I say I put rice in the bottom of the bowl. I don't want it in half the bowl. I don't want to be able to see the bottom of the bowl. Fill it with rice. I want more than 2 pieces of steak.
Tell them that. Say that when you walk up there. Just be an asshole.
When we found out too, the problem is like when you order online, then they don't even have the face-to-face on their end, the guilt or the fear to actually do a job. If you've ever noticed when you order Chipotle online, it's even less food.
Oh yeah, it's the worst amount of food because they don't care at all. They're not there to see your face whether you liked how much they put in there or not.
So now people are walking out Chipotle halfway through, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree. I'd walk out, but I'm probably too scared to. I'd probably be the person that's like, yeah, no, they didn't have the correct portion size when I first asked for chicken. They gave me 2 pieces, and then now I have 5. So.
And you know this definitely started because someone walked in and got like a half a portion of chicken or something, and they're like, well, can I get more chicken? Because that's not right. And then they charged him double, and the dude was like, all right, well, I'm recording what you consider double chicken. You know that's how this started.
Yeah, 100%, because everybody wants to be like an online Karen, and
This is justified.
yeah,
This is justified. This isn't being a Karen. This is rising up against the man. This is
I agree,
we need
but
to
it's
unionize
also-
against Chipotle.
it's still technically being a Karen.
It's not.
I think like recording in public
This-
is like trying to make a commotion.
They did it to themselves. They deserve it. This is as much of being a Karen as it was when we left the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. The American Revolution was as much as being a Karen as taking a video at Chipotle because you're doing it for a just cause. There's an injustice and we're documenting it.
We just need to throw all the rice in Lake Erie, don't we?
No, we need to put it in my goddamn bowl where it belongs. Just fill it. Just fill the bowl.
I think all of these problems would be solved if we just communicated to the person behind the line there. If we just
As
said,
long as they
"Hey,"
drop their ego.
They can be sassy as long as they put the shit in my bowl and don't charge me for it.
They will.
And when they do, I'm going to say, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to be like, hey, look, I still see the top rim of my bowl, which doesn't mean there's extra bullshit in there.
If I can see the bottom layer,
Yeah,
the rice, if I can see that, it's not full.
I agree.
It's not full.
And that's when you are like, I see rice.
Let's
Don't
make
charge.
let's make it known too that steak is the biggest scam, and I get steak, but steak is the biggest scam because it's bigger pieces, so it's gonna fill the spoon quicker, regardless. So like, if you're getting steak, you should get 2 scoops regardless. Like they need to take a page out of Raisin Bran's book and give me 2 scoops when I get steak, like default 2 scoops, and then if I want extra steak, then we can talk about a 3rd scoop, a heaping scoop, as they like to say. But like baseline should be 2 scoops for steak.
So baseline should be a heaping scoop?
No, baseline should be 2 heaping scoops of steak.
2 heaping scoops.
Because steaks are, you can put 3 pieces of steak on a spoon and it's already filling over the top.
I think you are asking too much for 2 heaping scoops.
I think they're asking too much for $15.
Yes. The prices are always wrong. They're too expensive for absolutely no reason.
I was told there's a new experimental Chipotle coming in California, maybe, and they're doing it like a hospital system where you weigh your own bowl, and that's what they go by for
Like
the for
Froyo?
the price. Yeah. And I think I'm more pro that.
I like
and again,
it.
it kind of comes down to my argument of just automate it.
Fill the bowl.
Not just automate it, just automate it. I wouldn't have to deal with any of these assholes if they just like automated it.
Yeah. If they automated it, then they would probably have.
Because then you'd
equal
have like what?
measurements.
Well, then you'd have like a manager at the store, right? You'd have one guy,
Yeah.
and that's the guy I'm going to talk to when the automation doesn't give me enough steak.
Well, yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, listen, your server is fucking wrong here. Your automation, it's wrong. This is all the steak I got. Go put some more on there, and he'd go put more on there. Because I'm not blaming him or anyone else. I'm blaming the system. And he'd be like, yeah, okay, here you go. It'd be a lot less sass because I'm blaming the robot. These damn machines. Like when Grandpa can't figure out the Wi-Fi. These damn machines. What are you going to do? It's the best excuse for work, unless you work specifically in a field of technology. The best excuse ever is, yep, computers, right? What are you going to do? You got to love them.
Imagine the IT guys just like, computers, right?
Well, that's not the IT guy. It's the manager. And I'm the customer, and I'm the one going, computers, right? And he's like, yeah, computers. And then we have a little chuckle, and he goes and gives me steak. I'm talking utopia here. This is what the perfect society looks like. Automated Chipotle with accurate portions.
So you want automated all fast food?
Yeah, because they piss me off.
Chipotle, Chick-fil-A,
Sure.
Burger King, Arby's,
Only the
Wendy's.
ones, listen, you only have to start with the ones that piss me off. Right now, McDonald's is on that list, and Chipotle is on that list. Burger King probably is too, but I don't go there enough to know. 216-859-8699. Give me a heap and scoop in my text messages. 216-859-8699. Let me know if you've got a squatter that you want me to come take care of. 216-859-8699. And of course, the Rebel Hotline is the number for the Rebel Radio Show, live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern on WSRR Radio. Or, of course, it's open 24/7, 365 for all of our programming at WSRRradio.com. It's the homepage for WSRR Radio. Kind of redundant. Should have put that together if you didn't. Don't know how you didn't. But you can catch us live there every Monday or in podcast form every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on all major podcasting platforms. Text in or call in or leave your voicemail 216-859-8699 for any of the shows that we have on the station. That's Off Air, that's The Pigeonhole, that's Beyond Bounds, even Sports Avenue Podcast, or the AIP. You can call or text the Rebel Hotline for any of those, or join the Discord server. It's all available at stylesrebelradio.com. All the links are, of course, always there. But the Discord server lets you talk with each other and us 24/7 as well, with dedicated channels for each show, with a general chat, with conspiracy chat, with voice channels, and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. I know we got Liminal Spaces and Spider-Man memes is a niche channel in there as well. So check out the Discord server, check out the website, and while you're at the website, if you like what we do and you want to support us, you can grab some merch. We got WSRR hoodies and t-shirts and cups and mugs and stickers. Whole bunch of variety there, as well as you can support us on Spotify for as little as 99 cents a month. That helps us keep on air and keep being the home for underground radio. Of course, we're nationally local. Your local bands played worldwide. That's local and independent artists 24/7, 365. Take it with you wherever you go with the Live 365 app or WSRRradio.com. Until next time, I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Style. On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.
Break the